Yeah, what up? It's your boy Rob, coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Share this video out to all of your followers, smash the like button, and drop your boy a comment. All right, so you already know what my primary goal is. One of my primary goals of my channels and all of the content that I create and post all over my social media is to delegitimize the media. The world needs to know that the media is nothing but liars. All they are is an anti-black propaganda machine created to spread lies, create disinformation, misinformation, fake facts, and illegitimate data. All right, and I'm going to show you exactly how they create this illegitimate data. So in doing that, our travels bring us to a New York Post article. All right. And I'm not sure if you heard about it. I think Seiji Ito, if you watch that channel, and again, that's one of the channels that I advise everybody to go immediately stop this video and subscribe and then come back and watch. All right. He did a video on this. It was a Ukrainian woman who just decided to go on a quote anti-Muslim rant. Now, pause. How does that work? This woman goes on an anti-Muslim rant. Yeah, you know, it's all good. Actually, no, it's not. Because here's the part where we dissect this and split the tissues apart, and we're going to delegitimize the United States. You delegitimize the United States system of classification and data, and delegitimize the media. All right? So let's rewind a couple of weeks. We still have the AAPI hate crime issue going on. How many people are getting tickets and arrested for AAPI hate crimes? Now, my question, are only Eastern Asians getting that treatment, or are all Asians allowed to get prosecutions and punishment for the hate crimes? All Asians, you might ask. Wait a minute, what do you mean? We're talking about Muslims here. Yeah, Muslim happens to be a religion. Let's get into it, shall we? Woman goes on anti-Muslim rant at Walgreens in Fort Lauderdale. And she looks exactly like the person you would expect to not only be at Walgreens picking up her digoxin, but someone who would say some racist ass shit to someone who's brown or black or anything other than what she is. Oh, and she's a social worker. My God. A social worker unleashed an Islamophobic rant after employees asked her to wear a face mask. So first and foremost, this is a woman who's a social worker. She's somebody who was credentialed by the illegitimate system of government to provide advice and family guidance and planning to, you know, people in the public. Remember, illegitimate credentialing system. So clearly, if this woman has issues with somebody because of their religion, how can she possibly have the credentials? How can she possibly have the credentials to assist people with proper living situations and dealing with family issues? Something you might want to ask yourself going forward. Illegitimate credentialing. I guarantee you she still has her license. I guarantee you she still practices. And I guarantee you she still works with a diverse amount of people. And I guarantee you if she was forced to take a diversity class as a result of this nonsense, everybody would be like, oh my God, she still has freedom of speech. If she just wants to call everybody fucking muzzies and niggers, she's allowed to. Unbelievable. All right. So now here it says, disturbing cell phone video captured a social worker unleashing an Islamophobic rant. Now, you know what's funny? They keep calling her social worker. What is this woman's name? I want to know her name. Are you guys interested in knowing her name? If you watch my videos, you know what I mean, and you follow me on the other social media, please get me her first, last, and if she has a middle name. That'd be nice. All right. So let's do that. Disturbing cell phone video captured a social worker unleashing an Islamophobic rant against customers from New York. Oh, she was in New York. How nice. That's very interesting. I'm curious how she didn't run into an undercover police officer. At a Walgreens in Fort Lauderdale after employees asked her to wear a face mask. Again, resistance of face masks is almost always a sign, a dog whistle of white supremacy. Again, because, you know, they're just not going to wear a face mask. Again, biochemical warfare. It's literally been going on since the inception of the United States. Nala Ebaid, her husband, and some friends were on a Florida vacation March 31st when Luba Bonazach, a licensed therapist, she's therapy, who is white. Well, I mean, I believe they said that she was Ukrainian. I don't know if she was an immigrant or not. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, to be able to immigrate here, DOW versus the United States. So it qualifies immigrants as, you know what I'm saying? Went on an anti-Islam tirade. She looked at us and said, "I wish I am from your country, so I don't have to wear the mask," Ebaid told the news outlet, referencing what appears to be an attempt from the woman to mock the mask mandates in several U.S. states. So we said, "Which country is that? We're from New York." I'm actually interested in which country these people are from, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Bonazach then went ballistic, calling the couple F Muslims, telling them to kiss my ass. Yeah, there's too many people that kiss your kind of ass already. I'm glad they didn't. As well as mocking Ebaid's attire. And of course, you know, they have to go in on the, you know, ethnic clothing. And, you know, these are some darker skinned Muslims. You know what I mean? Now, wait a minute. Hold on. This, look, this woman here called these people here ugly. I mean, they look like a beautiful, glowing, happy couple. There's nothing beautiful, glowing, or happy about her. This right here called this right here ugly. Yeah, I just don't see it that way. You know what I mean? "Oh, I love your garb," the hate-filled woman tells Ebaid sarcastically before ordering her to pull that up, honey. Bonazach also calls Ebaid an ugly bee and asks her, "Why do you wear clothes like that?" Huh. So, this woman here called this woman here ugly. I'll let the comment section take care of that. The unhinged woman then calls the cops on the Ebaids, referring to them as Muslims. So she's, again, this is like what they do with BLM. Anybody who doesn't agree with us, we're just going to call you BLM. We're just going to call all of these different people black. And because you are dressed like that and because you look like that, I'm just going to call you a Muslim. I mean, okay, you know, I really don't think they were in Walmart, you know, reciting the Quran or anything. That wasn't listed in the police report. So, you know, okay, you know, like whatever. Oh, and then she says it again. "God, you're ugly. No wonder people hate you." Oh, and then she says Israelis rule. So one thing that they must not be saying about this is this woman must be Jewish. Now, I find this interesting that they don't introduce the Jewish anti-Muslim hatred that was shown into this. And what I don't understand is, you know, all Muslims are not, you know, unfriendly with Israel. So again, very interesting. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of hate there, man. A lot of American-based hate. You know what I'm saying? This is all coming from the red, white, and blue. So, yeah, she says, "No wonder people hate you. Israelis rule." I don't hate these people. You know what I mean? So I don't know who she's talking about as far as I wonder why people hate you. Now, as far as her and her behavior and her delusion of looking like that and calling these people ugly, I could see why people would hate you. I mean, I can see that very clearly. Yeah, I mean, even if you hadn't said anything, just wearing a face attached to a head like that at the end of your neck and making it so that other people have to look at that without a COVID mask on, I could see why that would make people hate you as well. You know what I mean? Just saying. So then she lets out all of the pro-white, anti-Muslim hate, you know what I'm saying? No wonder people hate you, Israelis rule. So this woman is just hateful at the core. So if she's saying this to Muslims, you can only imagine her sentiments towards black people. And again, I find it interesting that nobody addresses the pro-Israel, anti-Muslim aspect of this, because that needs to be talked about. But if you mention it in those terms, you'll be called an anti-Semite, despite the fact that this woman who's clearly pro-Israel and hates Muslims, I mean, like, that's literally what she did. But simply questioning that, you'll be called an anti-Semite, despite the fact that nothing anti-Semitic has been done here. You know what I mean? So now here it says police later detained Bosnach, who pleaded with the cops to please don't do this to me. I didn't do anything. Of course she didn't do anything. I'm surprised they didn't believe her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she is dealing with some people who are darker than her. I don't know why the police didn't believe her. Adding that she has it's always the same thing. Wait a minute, I have friends who are Muslim. Do you tell your friends who are Muslim, you know, Israelis rule and, you know, people hate you and, you know, God, you're ugly when you look the way you look and they look like that? I mean, do you tell your Muslim friends that they're ugly? You know what I mean? It trips me out how these people, they always will say, well, you know, I have a black friend. Okay, well, if your black friend allows you to call them a nigger, or if your black friend allows you to just be completely anti-black around them, they're not doing you a service, because by them credentialing you to be able to talk like that to other people, when you come in contact with other people who aren't going to allow that from you, you're going to be in a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? Just like how these people didn't put up with your bullshit. You're in for a rude awakening. Now you're getting arrested, Karen. You know what I mean? So now here it says, Luba Bosnach mocked Nala Ebaid's clothing and called her an ugly bee. Ebaid, who captured the video, called Bosnach's outburst very disgusting. Yeah, it's almost as disgusting as her fucking putrid face. I totally agree. I still hear those words in my ears, she told WPLG. She was aggressive, and she started insulting my clothes, my hijab, my friends, my religion, eBay told NBC6. Very, very, very bad. This is looks like just like a casual day outside, you know what I'm saying, where they probably both have on, quote, what you would call bum clothing, and the couple collectively still looks better than her. All right, just pointing that out. You know what I mean? So now here it says, Luba Bosnach called the cops on the eBays, referring to them as Muslims who had threatened her with verbal and physical violence. And that's what they literally always say. And usually the cops believe them. I'm surprised the cops didn't just come in shooting. I mean, maybe they weren't dark enough. Despite the verbal attack, the couple decided not to press charges after Bosnach apologized. Now I gotta, this couple is weak, man. You know what I mean? They should have pressed charges straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? They should have charged this woman with the maximum of whatever it was that they could have got her, because that kind of behavior is not permissible. This is from our religion. We have to forgive and give another chance. The only problem is that the United States has actual laws against your religion, because they say that you all are not able to be acculturated. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons why Syrians have to lie and say that they're Christian and white to come here. Very sad that they back down on this. She added, don't be scared to stand for your rights, because we are Muslims, Americans, as humans, we have all rights, equal rights. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, man. You know what I'm saying? You're letting these people fool you. You didn't stand for your rights. You would have stood for your rights if you were in front of a courtroom, but you let this Karen get away with behavior that's been reinforced as okay in the United States, to the fact that not letting these people behave this way is now called cancel culture. You look at her crying. I thought you were so hard. I wonder, did you call that black cop a nigger, like how you were talking to those, how you was talking to those Muslims. You know what I mean? Bosnach told NBC6 that she didn't wear a mask because of a medical condition. What kind of medical condition will cause you to not wear a mask? The fuck? Adding that while she regrets what she said, she felt she had been provoked. She felt she was provoked because people who were darker than her just simply asked her to do something and follow store procedure. That's literally it. I don't like what I saw, but I'm human, Bosnes told WPLG. What do you mean you don't like what you saw? When this guy said what he said to me, and I said what I said to him, I got angry. He didn't say anything to you. And you didn't tell him off. All you did was told on yourself about how much of a cowardly, racist cunt you are. You know what I'm saying? That's literally all you did. Pathetic. Inability to take responsibility, verification, 5 million. You know what I'm saying? Woman goes on anti-Muslim rant in Fort Lauderdale Walgreens. And this was published on April 12th. So not that far away. I'm late on it. Look, she's crying. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You know what I mean? Why are they doing this to me? You can't make it up, man. You can't make it. Let's see what this shit's talking about. Let's see what it's talking about.
Telling her side of the story tonight.
Was filming me. All she filmed was what she wanted to be seen.
A woman seen and heard hurling insults at
It's always like that. They only filmed what they wanted to be seen. Let me guess. They were crisis actors too. They were crisis actors. Like, get the fuck out of here, lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're caught. Man, just own up. Listen, man, I was having a bad day. Just like everybody else. I just didn't happen to shoot people. I just shot my mouth off at them. You know what I mean? And, you know, I got caught. You know, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving on with my life. I mean, just, you know, just fucking admit that you were wrong, for fuck's sake. Damn.
Woman that was filming me. All she filmed was what she wanted to be seen.
A woman seen and heard hurling insults at a Muslim couple is telling her side of the story tonight. On New at 11 o'clock, she says that there.
Man, I feel sorry for any Muslim planning a family that has to go to her for social work. You know what I mean?
There's more to it than meets the eye. The confrontation happened at a local store, and it was all over a mask dispute.
NBC6.
Man, them people really get offended about the masks. Can I ask a question? Why is everybody so offended about the damn masks? Literally, the people that say that everybody is offended about everything are offended about the masks. Why are you offended by the masks? The fuck?
Reporter Stephanie Bertini is live in Fort Lauderdale with more. Stephanie?
So it started as a mass dispute, according to police. It ended up in much more. All of this taking place at a Walgreens here in Fort Lauderdale on Southeast 17th. Tonight, we're hearing from the woman who uttered those anti-Islamic words that are now viral on the internet. And we hear again from one of those verbally attacked.
You look like a
The video is viral, an anti-Islamic rant, most of the words too harsh for television news. It is racially.
Look at her, she's enjoying it. When I have an issue with people, when I have a confrontation, I am not smiling. You know what I'm saying? I'm like not really saying very much either. You know what I mean? If you ever seen those memes or when people make a thumbnail for YouTube and the eyes are red, yeah, that's pretty much how I be standing there staring at people, like with the laser focus. And I might say one or two words, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not smiling. I'm not enjoying it. And I don't enjoy having behavior where I'm just, you know, in public going in on motherfuckers because of, you know, their culture, race, or ethnicity. I don't get joy from doing that, which is one of the reasons why I don't behave like that. But clearly she is. I mean, there is no hiding the facial expression. And the facial expression comes from the core, and 86% of nonverbal communication 86% of communication is nonverbal communication. And look at the nonverbal with the smiling. She's loving talking crazy like this to these Muslims.
Culturally and absolutely inappropriate, admits the woman who said it all.
Let's be generous with each other. I apologize for what I said. I should have never said that. That was wrong of me. Period.
So then why did you? Why did you? And what's crazy is, I mean, this woman's name is Luba. You know what I'm saying? I think they said that she was Ukrainian. She's clearly from Eastern Europe. Man, there's a huge Muslim population in Eastern Europe. White Muslims, mind you. White ones in Bosnia, you know what I'm saying? Sarajevo, you know what I'm saying? Serbia, Russia, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's just not cool. But you didn't mess with any white Muslims. You happen to mess with some brown ones. And see, now we got to put the mainstream media to the test, because now we got to ask the Washington Post a couple questions once we go through here a little bit more.
Bozanic is feeling the backlash. She met with us to discuss what happened back in March when Nala Abeid and her husband were vacationing in South Florida, and this ignited.
God, you're ugly. No wonder people hate you.
Abeid
I mean, did she really call those people ugly? I mean, they both are, you know, good-looking people. And in this equation, she's not the best looking out of the three. So, and I mean, you know, that comes in competition with an actual male. So, I mean, people in the comments, anybody watching this video, do you guys agree with me? Like, she's in no position to be calling these two individuals ugly?
recorded it on her phone.
I was shocked, and it's
She called her ugly.
disgusting, aggressive, and she started insulting my clothes, my hijab.
I mean, we don't even have to compare looks, but if we're just talking about basic facilities, I mean, she wins off the strength that she has a full row of teeth. You know what I mean?
Thing, aggressive, and she started insulting my clothes, my hijab, my friend, my religion.
Bozanic was inside a Fort Lauderdale Walgreens without a mask, which she says upset the employees.
I said I have a medical condition. I wasn't nasty about it. I said I have a medical.
What medical condition causes you to not wear a mask? Any medical condition that will cause you to not wear a mask would have to be something respiratory. And if it's respiratory, it will cause you to not exert yourself. So why did you exert yourself then? What health condition did you have that made you not able to wear a mask? And is there any approved health conditions other than being under 7 years old that the CDC permits to not have you wearing a mask in a public place? I mean, what in the fuck are you talking about? And why is the reporter not pushing back on that as she's saying this clear and blatant lie? She wears a mask to work. She wears a mask everywhere else.
Condition.
Police say when Bozanic refused to put on a face mask even after employees asked her to do so, this is what started.
The guy called me a C word and a W word. And I said, excuse me. I said, excuse me. So I said what I said.
But the police report says
They should have the security camera, and the security camera should have a little bit of audio. Where's him calling you the C word and the W word? For some reason, nobody has those tapes. But if they're out there, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to see them.
Bozanic said, I need to go to your country so I don't have to deal with this mask thing. Police arrived and Bozanic was handcuffed but not charged, even though police say she spit on Abeid's husband. They could have charged her with battery, but Abeid and her husband decided.
And her nasty ass spit on this motherfucker?
Decided not to.
She apologized, and we accept her apologize. This is came from our religion. We have to forgive. We have to give another chance.
The encounter was ugly, but both sides are finding a message and a lesson.
Don't be scared to stand for your rights. We have all we as a.
You're not standing for your rights if you don't take her all the way to court where she can get her punishment, so that she understands that behavior isn't permissible and that she's not going to go around and do that to everyone else in the population unchecked.
We as a Muslim, as an American, as a human, we have all the rights.
As an American, she really showed you how American you are, didn't she? She showed you how much she accepts you in America. She's an immigrant with that name. She's a second generation Ukrainian woman. She might even be first generation. She speaks English real well, but You're an American when people don't treat you that way. And in order for people not to treat you that way, you have to stand and fight it. You don't accept it. See, this is what she's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? By allowing this woman to just let it go. That is the biggest problem that they have in the United States here with black people, is that we don't let it go. And don't ever let it go just because they tell you to. You never let someone disrespect you. They don't let anyone disrespect them. You don't let anyone disrespect you. Your respect is just as much of your right to uphold as anyone else. No one has an inherent right to disrespect you, period.
The equal rights.
I'm a therapist, and I help people understand themselves.
Well, you need to go to therapy your damn self. That's what you need to do.
You know, I have nothing against Muslims.
Okay, you have nothing against Muslims, but you literally, that was your first go-to. If I have an issue with somebody, or I have an altercation with somebody, it's never my go-to to go to, racial slurs. But that was the literal first thing you went to. It wasn't his first thing to go to. Even when you said that he called you a C word and he called you a W word, that's not a racial slur. Those aren't racial slurs. But you attacked his race and religion. Why is that your first go-to? If there's no inherent issue with that, why was that your first go-to? It wasn't his. His first go-to was he called you some demeaning names. Your first go-to was to go to his race and religion. Why was that your first go-to? That's the question that people need to ask. What is it that when it comes to dealing with certain people, that's their first go-to? She just validated that.
She's licensed to practice, she says, in Florida, and still does. The woman upset that all of this is public tonight.
I told you that she still does. And the main thing that she's upset about is that it's public. Well, it's public. And there's a bunch of people making YouTube videos about it. And I hope they get back to your employer.
Those who were the victims in this case tonight, they're back in New York, where they were vacationing from. I'm reporting live in Fort Lauderdale. Stephanie Bertini, NBC6 News.
Very interesting. Now, a lot of times when we go to these little news snippets, a lot of times the clip will be exactly what's in the article. All right, and it looks like that's what the case is here. All right, so we're gonna skip past this one. All right, and we're gonna go here to this one. And it says, woman caught on camera making racist remarks at Fort Lauderdale Walgreens. She feels she was provoked. Again, this is how stupid the media is. The media is illegitimate. Muslim isn't a race. All right. Muslim's not a race. Muslim is a religion. So again, she wasn't making racist remarks. But what's interesting about this article here, all right, is this article comes with some comments, so we can look at the talking points of the population at large. All right, so this person KCK954 says, first, I don't condone her remarks, but I'm tired of these stories. I don't want to hear about how things that I do get put out in the media all the damn time. Racist comments are not illegal. So the first thing that these people in the population at large do is always make sure they take the side of the racist. So why would the people need to press charges? Seriously? You'd never say that in any of the cases where black people, get into arguments with Asians. First Amendment is supposed to protect everyone's free speech, not just the speech you agree with. Whole country seems to have forgotten this anymore. Well, maybe you forgot to mention that she actually spit on the man, and that actually made it become assault, you fucking retard. They just can't take any responsibility. Same people over and over making these remarks. There you go. Her medical condition is elitist ignorance. I can't believe they chose to file no charges. Facts. All right. HW. That's hilarious. Man, KCK must have commented on the wrong page. Looks like it's a lot of motherfuckers on one accord in this chat room. So that's what's up. So now let's talk about the AAPI hate crime issue that this presents. Because you see, the only problem is that Asia has the largest Muslim population in the entire world. And, you know, the way they're prosecuting black people for getting into arguments with Asians and calling people names, I think that the Florida prosecutors should pick this up because, you know, those people are first generation. They don't speak really good English and they just want to get by and get back to New York. And me personally, I don't think that they understand, you know, the magnitude of the crime that was committed against them. It is absolutely repulsive to be racist in this country, and it is absolutely repulsive to spit on someone. So what I think we need to do is, they said that they're from New York, but I think we actually need to find out what country they are from. And to be honest, they look Pakistani. And it just so happens that Pakistan is in Asia. So what that means is that this Karen, she committed an AAPI hate crime. But don't you find it interesting that the mainstream media is calling it an anti-Muslim crime? This is one of the reasons why those people need to push this into court. They're highlighting on the fact that she used Muslim slurs, but what they're leaving out is that 9 times out of 10, actually I should say 6 times out of 10, a Muslim is Asian. Oops. 6 times out of 10, a Muslim is Asian. This woman committed an AAPI hate crime, and the media is helping her cover it up. And, you know, judging from the way they look, I really assume that these people are either Pakistani or Afghanistani. And when we look at this, if these individuals are from Pakistan, well, guess what? That will make it an AAPI hate crime. Oops. See that? Nice little crescent moon with the 5-pointed star there. Afghanistan. See how that works? Here's a word of advice to all of you Karens out there. You should really stop being such an ignorant, low IQ population at large. If you're going to run around and say that you have a higher IQ than everybody, then act like it. Act like you understand the map. You should be thanking these people instead of talking shit and acting like, you know, you didn't do anything wrong. Because you committed an AAPI hate crime. But because of the games that the United States plays, you get to stay off of the radar because they just get to run around and repeat that this was an anti-Muslim remark. These idiots call it a racist remark. I think that the authorities should make sure that this woman understands that we have a AAPI hate crime epidemic going on, and that people from all areas in Asia need to be treated with respect. Don't you? So, with that being said, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Please make sure that you smash the like button. All right. Make sure you hit the bell icon twice for notification. All right. Share this video out to all of your social media. All right. And I will catch you on the next video. All right.